Dr. Janki Raghavan is the senior consultant neonatologist at Rangdor Memorial Hospital, Bangalore. So now I would like to invite Dr. Janki Raghavan ma'am to do the presentation on KMC. Ma'am, you can take over.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, a very good afternoon to everybody. Aboli, can I start sharing my slide?
Yes, ma'am, you can start.
Yeah. Hello, a very good afternoon to everybody. Today's talk is on a very important intervention in low birth weight babies, and that is kangaroo mother care. Before we go on to see how kangaroo mother care has impacted the survival of our babies, let me just present to you a few very important data that will tell us why this kangaroo mother care started. So let us have a very nice overview of the whole problem. To date, about 20 million low birth weight babies are born all over the world. And please note, of these 20 million, 90% are born in the developing countries, especially the Asian and the African countries. And all of us know that these low birth weight babies require a lot of care in terms of infrastructure. There's a lot of stress on the family. There's a lot of stress on the medical personnel. And we need to have a lot of sophisticated equipment in order to salvage these 1,000 gram, 1,200 grams babies. But unfortunately, majority of them are born in developing countries or the lower socioeconomic countries. So the cost of the care becomes pretty enormous. Not all governments are able to afford the care for so many people, so many of these babies. So this results in a very high mortality in these babies. So the neonatal mortality rate goes up. In fact, one of the commonest reasons for a high NMR in developing countries is the birth of low birth weight babies. So is there a shortcut to it? Can we do something simple in order to improve the survival of these babies? So what is kangaroo mother care? Kangaroo mother care, as I already mentioned, is a very low cost intervention. This does not involve sophisticated equipment like warmers or incubators. It just involves a mother who holds the baby very, very close to her chest. So this is a skin to skin contact which the mother has with the baby. So this has a lot of benefits both to the mother in terms of bonding. There are a lot of benefits to the baby, benefits to parents and society in general. So how did this name originate? As you all know, kangaroo is an animal that is very commonly seen on the highways in Australia. So you would have seen pictures of the kangaroo holding its baby in its own pouch, very close to its own abdomen. So because the mother also holds the baby very close to the chest, this is akin, or this is very similar to a kangaroo holding its baby. That is how this name originated, the kangaroo mother care. So let's look at the history. Who started this brilliant idea? Who got this brilliant idea of starting kangaroo mother care? It was two big clinicians, Ray and Martinez, who started this in the late 1970s. They were working in a South American country called Colombia. The place was Bogota. So what they found was they had a lot of premature babies who were born, and they found that unfortunately 70% of these babies died because of respiratory problems, or they had infection and lack of attention. Please note that there were not enough nurses to take care of each of these babies. Believe me, in tertiary care, sometimes one nurse is required to care for one baby. So this kind of attention was not possible. So these babies got a lot of hypothermia. That is, they died of being cold, they died of infections, they died of respiratory problems. All this was because of lack of two things. Number one, sophisticated equipment. Number two, lack of personnel to take care of babies. So the mortality in these babies was up to 70%. So these clinicians, Ray and Martinez, got this idea of having babies close to the mothers, and thus originated what is called the kangaroo mother care. And this originated, please note, in a South American place called Bogota, Colombia. So how does the mother hold the baby? In a KMC position. Please note that the mother has a front open dress, and the baby is also naked except for having a cap and except for having a diaper. The mother holds the baby between her breasts. And what is very important is the head should be turned to one side, and the position of the head should not be flexed. The neck should be slightly extended, and the baby clasps his upper limbs. The upper limbs are abducted. He clasps the upper limbs on the chest of the baby, and the baby's legs are in a frog leg position. It is abducted and flexed, and it is across the mother's chest and abdomen. So what is important is upright position with a very, very close contact, skin to skin contact between the mother and the baby. This is how a baby is held. This is how they started this kangaroo mother care way back in the late 70s. So as I already mentioned, the baby is placed between the mother's breasts in an upright position. The other thing you will notice, the baby's chest is abutting, or it is close to the mother's chest, and the baby's abdomen will be on the mother's epigastrium. This has a lot of advantages to the baby, which we shall see in subsequent slides. So this is the kangaroo position, which I want all the nurses to be well aware of. So the mother has an open dress, a front open dress, and the baby himself does not have any dress except for a cap in order to prevent heat loss through the scalp, and he has a diaper. What is very important is the bottom of the baby is held by the mother with a sling or with some kind of a support. And then what happens? Once the baby is on the mother's chest, the mother and the baby are wrapped in warm clothing. So both are wrapped. There is one wrap around the baby, then there's another wrap around the baby and the mother, so that the baby is very, very close. See how comfortably, how happily this baby is sleeping on the mother's chest. But the important thing to note here is that the baby's neck is turned to one side so that it does not obstruct his breathing procedure. Now, what are the benefits? We already said that there are a lot of benefits to the baby, benefits to the mother, benefits to the family, and benefits to the society. Let's look at them one by one. We'll see what are the benefits of KMC to the baby. As I already mentioned, the most important benefit is that the body temperature of the baby is maintained. You will be amazed to know that the temperature of the maternal breast, it directly reflects, it is directly altered by the baby's temperature. What is very amazing is, supposing you have a cold baby, the mother's breasts increase the temperature in order to keep this baby warm. Or on the other hand, if the baby is, let us say the baby is a little hot, the breast temperature comes down in order to keep the baby euthermic. This is such a beautiful natural phenomena that happens. So these babies do not develop hypothermia. Hypothermia is prevented to the extent of 70% in babies who have continuous kangaroo mother care. Number two, it improves the baby's breathing pattern. So how does this happen? We know that the mother is breathing continuously and her heart rate is around 80-90. So this mother's constant breathing sort of stimulates the baby. It's like the baby lying down on a water bag. Because of the mother's breathing, the baby also gets stimulated. So the incidence of the baby stopping breathing or apnea is less. So the baby has a regular breathing pattern. Once he has a regular breathing pattern, his oxygen levels are good. Once his oxygen levels are good, his heart rate stabilizes. There are no episodes of bradycardia generally in a baby on KMC. And because the baby is kept so warm and comfortable, baby sleeps better. Now, what are the advantages of a baby sleeping? We should all realize that the growth hormone levels are maximum in babies who are sleeping. So growth of the baby or weight gain of the baby will be much better because the baby is so comfortable, it reduces crying episodes. And the most important advantage of KMC is successful breastfeeding. Because the baby is constantly on the mother's breast, two things happen. The success of breastfeeding is much more, duration of breastfeeding is much more, and 80–90% of these babies we are able to discharge on exclusive breastfeeding. Better weight gain, we have already said, because of all these factors, better weight gain, no infections, better oxygenation, these babies can go home early, thus reducing the cost on the society, reducing the cost for the parents. So these are the tremendous advantages that the baby gets due to continuous KMC. Now, let's look at how are these mothers and fathers benefited by giving KMC. Believe me, when we have mothers who come into the NICU, they see their small babies, 1.1, 1.2 kilo babies. The mother gets very, very nervous. My God, how am I going to handle this baby? Nurses are doing everything. She feels very, very inadequate. If you start kangaroo mother care, the most important thing is the mother starts bonding with the baby. So there is a kind of a psychological attachment between her and the baby, which is very, very important for long-term good neurological outcomes in babies. The mother also gets more confidence. She says, oh, I think I'll be able to look after this baby at home. I think I can manage this baby at home. So once she is very confident with herself, her happy hormone levels really kick up in her brain. So she secretes a lot of breast milk. So there is enhanced breast milk or enhanced breastfeeding. She has a better sense of control. She feels more confident, and she also feels very useful because now she feels I'm definitely contributing to the care of this baby. I'm definitely involved in the care of this baby. Without kangaroo mother care, most of the mothers feel that only doctors and nurses are doing something for my baby. I'm not doing anything for my baby. That kind of a feeling is now abolished. The mother feels very much an integral part in the care of this low birth weight baby. Believe me, this confidence in the mother boosts her morale, it boosts her breast milk production, and ultimately the outcome for the mother and the baby will be tremendously good. It's also very important to involve fathers, because these days we know that we have very, very proactive fathers. So it is before we start KMC, we can offer the choice of KMC to the mother and the father as well, so that the father also feels involved in the care of this little one. I've already said what is kangaroo position. We have shown that baby is positioned on the mother's chest. His abdomen is at the level of the mother's epigastrium or the abdomen, and the mother's breathing stimulates the baby, so apnea of prematurity will not be happening. Now, who are the babies who can undergo this kangaroo mother care? There are some babies, majority of the babies, we can start KMC on day one. For example, all low birth weight babies less than 2000 grams. If the babies are stable, that means if their heart rate is good, if their blood pressures are good, if their respirations are good, KMC can be started within a couple of hours after birth. But there is a group of babies who are very small, who are less than 1000 grams. They may have medical problems like severe respiratory distress. They may need to go on the ventilator and things like that. Such babies, we may be able to start KMC only after we stabilize these babies. But please note, KMC can be given to babies with IV fluids, who are on oxygen therapy and who are on CPAP also. All of you are familiar with CPAP, I suppose. It's a form of non-invasive ventilation. So please do not think that KMC cannot be given for these babies. Babies on a little bit of nasal cannula oxygen, IV fluids, CPAP, babies on tube feeds, Paladai feeds can definitely be started on KMC. The only babies where we defer KMC or where we postpone KMC are those on invasive ventilation, oscillatory ventilation, babies who are very hypotensive, who may need medications to kick up their blood pressure and things like that. Such babies, we may wait for a couple of days to stabilize, and then we may start the KMC. So all low birth weight babies, all premature babies less than 2000 grams are very good candidates for KMC. Sometimes we have offered KMC even in term babies. If they like KMC, I think it's a very, very good intervention, both for the psychological well-being of the mother as well as for the babies. But majorly, this is an intervention that is done in low birth weight babies. We've already said how to do KMC. Mother has a front open gown or a shirt. Please look at the cultural milieu, and then decide what kind of a dress the mother will have. But generally, it should be a front open dress. The baby is held upright and he has only a diaper and a cap. The baby's chest is against the mother's chest and the baby's abdomen is on the mother's epigastrium. There should be a blanket around the mother and baby. And the most important thing, we want the mother to relax. We want her to lean back and relax, not sit upright on a chair. I shall show you what are all the types of chairs we have for KMC. And the very, very important thing is that the mother should focus on the baby and she should breathe calmly and relax herself during the procedure. See how beautifully this mother-baby duo look. The mother is propped up on pillows at about 45 degrees and the baby is happily asleep on her chest, his head turned to one side. Baby is kept very warm with a blanket wrapped around him, as well as another blanket wrapped around him and the mother. This is the second way of doing KMC. We have these chairs in the NICU, which are totally lean back chairs. The nurse helps the mother to get onto this chair first. Then the baby is handed over to the mother. So both of them lean back on this chair. And believe me, both of them are so happy that sometimes we find both of them sleeping very peacefully on this KMC chair. So how long can the mother-infant duo, how long can you have KMC? We recommend to start with a minimum period of at least 1 hour. It is not worth doing KMC for less than an hour because it involves too much handling of this premature baby. We start with 1 hour, but many such sessions can be held in a day. And if the mother is willing, it can be done for as long as possible, as long as she's able to do it. Sometimes we've done it for as long as 24 hours. Please remember the length of time can be max 24 hours, but the minimum period recommended is 1 hour. Now we come to the very important part. You know what is to be done during KMC. There is also a list of what not to be done. What should she not do when she's on KMC? Please ban mobile phones inside the unit. They are a real nuisance. As much as all of us love technology, in this KMC, we want the mother to interact with the baby. We do not want her to be disturbed by phone calls. We certainly do not want mobile phones whilst the baby is on KMC. The other important thing you must tell the mother is, during KMC, do not stimulate the baby. Do not disturb the baby. Do not pinch him or do anything. Just enjoy the baby on your chest. The other thing is, we always tell the mother if she has any kind of infection, fever, cough, cold, etc., it would be wiser to postpone KMC for a day or two. And the other very important thing is that she should not have smoked or chewed pan before KMC because we don't want the baby exposed to all these noxious smells. Sorry, I shall just add one more thing. It's also very important that we advise the mother to have good personal hygiene. She should have taken a nice warm bath and wear clean clothes. Please tell the mother to avoid perfumes and very strong deodorants, etc. on her body, because small babies should not be exposed to such strong odors. She should take care of her personal hygiene, very important. She should cut her nails She should keep her hands clean. And of course, before the procedure, we would have told her that she should wash her hands. So mother's personal hygiene is very, very important before she starts KMC. So how does this KMC work? We said that the babies gain weight. They're able to go home much faster whilst on KMC. Why is that? Because temperature regulation, I told you 70 to 80% better temperature regulation happens when babies are given KMC. So when temperature regulation is good, the baby uses all his calories for growth. Whereas a hypothermic baby will lose his calories just to maintain his body temperature. Here, all his calories are saved, and this ensures better weight gain for the baby. So when there is better weight gain, what happens? There is less infection, babies go home faster, thrive much better in the family atmosphere rather than in the hospital. So this is how better weight gain happens with KMC. Second thing is this close contact with the mother makes the baby breathe better, so his saturation levels are very good. That means his oxygen levels are very good. This enhances brain growth. Please note, a lot of studies have been done where they have studied babies who have received prolonged kangaroo mother care in the neonatal period. Their long-term brain growth is much, much better. Their brain anatomy grows much better because of this KMC and because of better oxygenation. And of course, the babies also sleep better, so that again further enhances growth. So this is how KMC brings about, just a small contact between the mother and the baby brings about so many advantages. It's really amazing. The other important thing that we need to concentrate on, the mother, when she has the baby on her chest, she's sort of stimulating all 5 senses in her baby. Because she's holding the baby close to her, the sense of touch is stimulated in the baby because of prolonged contact. Hearing is again stimulated because the baby keeps hearing the heart rate of his mother, tuck, 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 what he was used to in utero. You remember, the baby in utero hears his mother's heart sounds. So the same heart sounds he hears when he is on her chest. And because he is sucking at the breast, his sense of taste is stimulated. He feels the mother's, he smells the mother's odor. And the most important thing, because his head is turned to one side, mother and baby can make eye contact with each other. This is the other reason why I told you the mother should not be disturbed with phone calls, nothing. She should not be talking or getting disturbed. She should concentrate on the baby, because this is such a beautiful maneuver that stimulates all the 5 senses of the baby. Sense of touch, taste, hearing, smell, and vision. So when all these are stimulated, the neural growth of the baby is much enhanced. The other important advantage of KMC is, apart from effective temperature control, we have found that babies are able to suck better, and they are able to suck for much, much longer periods when they are on KMC. And because these babies are not put in the incubators, warmers, etc., hospital-acquired infections or the nosocomial infections come down, thus reducing the morbidity of a low birth weight baby. The other major invention is, if a baby needs to be transferred from a peripheral center to a major tertiary care, say about 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and this small PHC does not have a transport incubator, the best way of transporting these babies is by KMC. Of course, when the mother has just delivered, she may not be able to accompany the baby. In this case, we use either a grandmother or an aunt or even a father. So we bind the baby to the chest of the father and transport the baby with what is called KFC, Kangaroo Father Care. It's one of the best methods of transporting low birth weight babies from small peripheral hospitals to tertiary care centers. So I want you all to understand that there are tremendous advantages of KMC, not only to the baby, but also to the parents, reduces cost. So society is much happier because they don't have to pour so much money into the care of these babies by using all kinds of costly infrastructure. So it's a win-win situation for all concerned. So what about, we have talked about the eligibility of the babies. Who are the mothers who can give KMC? All healthy mothers, any age. She may be 16 years, she may be 40 years. Mothers of all religion are most welcome to give KMC. The important thing is the mother must be free of serious illness. Like if she's a hypertensive or she's on oxygen, we wait for her to get slightly better and then we start KMC. Very important, as I already mentioned, good hygiene. She should have a daily bath, clean fingernails. And the most important is we need a supportive family. Why do we need a supportive family? Because we want to continue KMC even after the baby goes home. This is a very important thing. So when we counsel, before we start counseling, before we start KMC, we call in the mother, the father, and the grandmother for a counseling session. We explain to them the benefits. What are the benefits of KMC is explained both to the mother, the father, and the grandmother, because the mother will need a lot of support at home to continue this kangaroo mother care. So this is a very important social aspect. Always involve the father, involve the grandmother, so that they understand the advantages of KMC. They understand what a lot of good things are happening to their baby due to KMC. And if they have any questions, please answer their questions very, very patiently and encourage interaction with other members. This personally I have found works very well. Supposing there is one mother who's already started KMC, you can tell her to speak to the new mother. So it is mother to mother interaction. So they get a lot of confidence by speaking to their peers or by speaking to other mothers who are in the hospital or in the unit. This makes our job also easier. So they are more willing to start KMC and give prolonged sessions of KMC. So this kind of a counseling with the family members and counseling with help of other members in the hospital makes a lot of difference to the success of our KMC program. So as a nurse, the nurses have a very, very important role to play during KMC. So what should the nurse do? Very important. Counseling session is over. We have explained, the nurse and the doctor explains the advantages of KMC to the mother. Please provide a comfortable chair for the mother. You can have these chairs, these plastic chairs made, or if the mother wants to lie down, you can just prop her up on pillows so that she's on a sort of a 45 degrees position. So the next job of the nurse is, once the mother is comfortable on the bed or on the KMC chair, please position the baby on the mother's chest and with supporting garments. That means the baby's bottom must be supported with a sling and mother and baby are covered with a warm blanket. So this is how you initiate KMC. After you've initiated KMC, see, this baby is on oxygen. In spite of being on nasal cannula oxygen, is very comfortable on the mother's chest. He's nice, pink, breathing calm. So as a nurse, what are the things that you will monitor when a baby is on KMC? Please have a very close watch on this mother-infant duo. Always watch the neck of the baby. The neck must be slightly extended. Should not be bent, should not be overextended. So why do we do this? We do this in order to open up the windpipe or the trachea so that breathing is not obstructed. Supposing the baby goes into the flexed position, drops his neck, then it obstructs the trachea and he may have an apnea. So it's very important that the head is just slightly extended. Please keep watching 3 things. Number 1, color of the baby. Color of the baby should be pink. His breathing should be normal. And please check the hands and feet of the baby. They should always feel warm. All of you know that cold hands and cold feet are the first sign of thermal stress. So please, these are the 4 things that you should monitor as a nurse. Number 1, position of the neck. Number 2, breathing. Number 3, temperature of the hands and feet. Number 4, color of the baby. This is the most important role of the nurse, that is monitoring during kangaroo mother care. The other important thing is, if the mother wants to breastfeed during KMC, holding the baby near the breast will promote breast milk production. So you can help the mother to breastfeed while she is doing KMC. But please, one very important thing is, KMC is a very personal thing. So do maintain privacy of these mothers, because mothers also, like most part of their body, the upper half of the body is exposed. So probably if it's an open unit, you can provide a sort of a curtain so that the mother feels comfortable by maintaining privacy. This is the job of the nurse. We need to understand these small delicacies. See, this is a very beautiful picture of a baby on the father's chest. So this is kangaroo father care. See, the father seems to be in more deeper sleep compared to the baby. So both are very, very happy. So what is this? This is kangaroo auntie care. So this baby was shifted from a peripheral hospital to our hospital in the ambulance with this position. So we took a picture of this lady with the baby being transported. This was a 1.2 kilo baby whom they transferred. And wonder of wonders, the baby's temperature was totally normal when he arrived into the NICU. So please note, babies on, you see the 3 ticks on the side. Babies on oxygen can definitely be given KMC. Babies on tube feeds or Palada feeds, babies on CPAP, we can definitely encourage kangaroo mother care. So in summary, what is the evidence that KMC works? So this is a Cochrane analysis from 2016, and it's been conclusively proved that KMC is one of the most powerful interventions to reduce neonatal mortality rate in the developing world. Looking at the developing world, KMC also has become a very integral part of care in the highly westernized society like UK, US, and all the developed world. So what does the evidence show? It says the survival of these babies is 40% higher after institution of KMC. There is 72% reduction in hypothermia, 70% reduction in the risk of severe illness. There is 20% more exclusive breastfeeding in these babies and 40% lesser hospital admissions. So because of a combination of all this, the neonatal mortality rate has been brought down tremendously by adopting kangaroo mother care. So what is the most important take-home message? It's a very cost-effective intervention. Please note, it doesn't cost anything to anybody. It's a free. It does not involve any kind of a finance. It's a very cost-effective intervention to save babies. And what is important is it can be practiced at all centers. It can be practiced in a PHU, it can be practiced in a PHC, small hospitals, tertiary care hospitals. It improves survival of these babies, reduces morbidity. What is the most important killer in low birth weight babies? It is infection and hypothermia. So once these are reduced, survival naturally becomes increased. And a lot of these babies get re-hospitalized because of problems. If a mother is encouraged to continue KMC at home, definitely this can reduce the re-hospitalization of this baby. So the end result is, after KMC, we have a very confident mother, happy father, and a happy family. So in summary, please note, a hug can save a life. So this is what you call in Hindi, Jadoo ki Jappi, isn't it? So this is a very, very simple take-home message. A mere hug or a prolonged hug from the baby can save the life of a low birth weight baby. Thank you very much for a patient hearing.
Thank you so much, ma'am. First of all, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and then presenting such an informative presentation.